topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
And welcome to Triversity Talk. It's Wendy on Wednesday on this once again wintry, that's a lot of W's, wintry day, but I'm all glad to have you here with me today. For those of you who are all over the country, Triversity Talk, of course, refers to our LGBTQ in Milford, Pennsylvania, called Triversity. You can find out more about us, of course, on our Facebook page, Triversity, the Pride Center, or just go to our website. If you are local to the Milford, Pennsylvania area, which does include upstate New York and New Jersey as well, we do have open hours. We have game nights. We usually have a lot going on, but I'm going to be honest with all you people out there. The weather has been awful. I am broadcasting to you from New York City. We were hit with a profound blizzard. I've lived in New York all my life, and I've gone to Milford, Pennsylvania on the weekends. And you know what? There's snow. So that's how it is. March can't get here quick enough for me. I'm hoping things warm up. Spring's just around the corner. Okay, I have said my piece. My guest tonight is somebody I had on my other show, If These Walls Could Talk, but such an incredibly talented composer, performance artist, songwriter, and has a new work out, okay, that's called Masque, which deals with it's a musical revel with social commentary on the rise of transphobia. When I understood the theme of this show, I said to him, you have to come on Triversity Talk. So without further ado, please welcome Jericho D'Angelo. And there you are. It's like magic when it works.
It is like magic. Do you like my glasses? These are like my nerdy glasses. They make me look smart.
Here's what I do. Looky, you know what? I'm going to make a point. I put them on. When I want to look pretty, I take them. We're all
my eyes are pretty, but
let's see your eyes. You're fine. As long as you can see me, and you know what is most important?
I want to see you.
Amazing conversation that we're going to have. So first of all, thank you for coming on Triversity Talk. This is my second show that you've come on. I love Jericho. I love what you're doing. And when you started to go into deeper with me as to what Masque was about, and I asked you about the transgender themes in the show, I'd like you to just share a little bit about Masque with our audience.
Yeah, well, Masque is a musical in development based on Edgar Allan Poe's Death of the Red Mask. And it's set in modern times. It's an adaptation, written book and lyrics written by Patrick Thomas McCarthy, my partner in all of this. And it's set in a bunker under the ground where these people have gotten together to ride out a perfect storm of a viral plague of love. So the bunker is owned by a billionaire, and he's invited all his closest family and friends to ride out this virus. And on this night, it's Halloween. And he has asked his closest family and friends to entertain his other guests in the cabaret setting that he had installed in the state of art bunker. But his daughter, now we're getting to it now. His daughter, Evie, insisted on bringing her boyfriend, who's her secret fiance, by the way. But her boyfriend is a transgender man. And her father.
First of all, I really love all of this because you're right. It is set in modern day times because, the bunker, transgender partner, the fact that, a billionaire, of course, is hosting this thing. You've even got like the theme of cabaret in there, which is because you can see this, right? I can see the whole set of this.
I'm glad when I read Patrick's script. I thought it was so visual that I totally got it. The minute Prince really hates Adam, and that's where the struggle comes in, the conflict comes in.
So Prince is
he's the owner. He's the billionaire owner.
Prince is the billionaire, and
not based on any real people now.
Right.
He's the billionaire owner of this bunker who hates trans.
There you go. We can just, take this like right into the State of the Union address last night. I'm sorry. I digress. Okay. So what made you decide to go in that direction, Jericho?
Well, I mean, the Patrick came to me with all of this already written. Right. This had been brewing with Patrick for many years.
I think I recall because he came on the other show with you. Yeah. I recall him saying that. But do you feel like with Masque, its time has come now? Because I know Patrick worked on it for a very long time.
Yeah, it was almost prophetic, wasn't it?
I swear to you, I was just going to say that. I was going to use more flowery language. Like it's like he looked into a crystal ball.
Yeah.
Right. And he saw this vision.
Yeah.
It is. All of those themes are really current themes. And as a matter of fact, if you look at some of the current films, I just viewed One Battle After the Other. That's got the whole bunker thing in it, the billionaire theme.
Yeah.
They talk about non-binary in there, pronouns and everything. So you know what? Your timing is really perfect on this.
Yeah, it seems like a wave that we're riding. It really does. It was almost as if it was meant to be.
So do you think, though, by raising awareness in the arts like this, how do you think we can affect the heartland of America, especially with like this week, I'm sure you heard, but NYU is no longer, and they're not even the heartland of America. They're here in New York. They're no longer giving gender affirming care to minors. They were never doing surgeries over there for minors. Okay. But, they were providing the needed hormones and whatever else was needed with parental consent. That just ended this week, and parents are very, very freaked out. How do you think, using our art can help change a mindset?
I think music and art taps into that part of us that is our soul, our heart. It's a place that we can share common ground in sharing what we feel.
Right.
And
okay, I'm going to call you out on that one. You just said what we feel, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my cockamamie theory on what we feel because of what I feel is going on in the administration right now.
Yeah.
The people that have jumped on his bandwagon, they make fun of people that have feelings. All right, they give names like snowflakes. There's bullying, mocking. So, how do you think you reach people like that to get them to feel?
Well, I'm not trying to reach people like that. I think people like that are unreachable.
Unreachable, okay.
I would hope that what I do in any of my art affects the people it's meant to be shared with. The ones that will get it, the ones that will know that they'll tune into what I'm doing and know that they're not alone. Because Masque is not a sledgehammer to make you this or that or believe this or that. Absolutely. It's to show you that it's called Masque for a reason. It's about Halloween masquerade for a reason. It's to invite the audience to look behind the mask and see that the form behind the mask, the essence behind the form, might not be so scary after all. The other might not be so scary.
Right.
And
That's an important thing. And I read you saying that the other may not be so scary. And here's where I think a piece of art like what you've created can come in by opening up people's minds, right? To what they see initially, there may be something more. And that something more is the other. And the other is very okay.
Well, that's the commonality that I was talking about that I'm trying to tap into. That's the feeling I was trying to tap into, because if anybody has ever felt like the other, if anybody has ever felt like the outsider, or, not liked because of who they were authentically,
right,
then they realize that this is not just a trans issue. This is not just an LGBTQ plus issue. This is all of our issue. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. We all want to be able to move through life fully,
right,
and be our authentic selves without being hated and, God forbid, loved.
Yeah, really. So, I am going to ask you a personal question because
Sure.
I connected to it because I was the kid that just felt like they didn't quite fit in, who would have to push their way in at the lunch table, sometimes eat lunch alone. Were you that kind of kid too?
Well, I spent my lunches going to the auditorium and practicing on the piano. So I didn't engage in lunches at all throughout all of my middle school and high school days. So I was always a loner. I was always practicing. I was always rehearsing while the other kids were playing. So yeah, I was that person. I was that person that, was the outsider.
Yeah. But you used your art. Look how you've used your art. That brought you great comfort, brought you creative satisfaction, right? And I use the lunch table, by the way, as a metaphor, but it's for, a lot of people. I've had a lot of people on the show, authors and filmmakers that have written incredible books and done incredible things, but there is a common thread. They were never the first person chosen up on the sports team.
Yeah.
They had something creative that they were doing, and they would focus on that. And their worth came from there, their satisfaction and their confidence.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Wendy. I wouldn't have that any other way. That's who I am. I'm at home in isolation in my recording studio, or, penning notes to music.
Yeah.
That is my love. That is my joy.
Well, you certainly have shown that you're going to share this passion. I want to show the trailer that you sent me for Masque, and have everybody else hear this wonderful music. Which is coming momentarily. Beautiful. You know, Jarek, I love the video.
Thank you. Thank
I
you. That was fun to
I
do.
have an earworm with the oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It is stays in my head.
That's great. That's fun. That was one of the
Yes.
musical pieces that I've done so far. The rest are all, of course, vocal pieces, solo pieces. This is supposed to be during intermission. Without giving the plot away, the title's called Madame Tartar. So you could
It's
just imagine what happened before intermission.
Adam Tartar, like steak tartare.
Yes.
Yeah, my mind immediately went there. How did you decide on the kinds of visuals you were going to use in this video?
Whenever I do anything, I start with the music and I start it in my timeline. And then I use my artistry to select the images that I want to use. And then I just paint with them as if each image that I'm gonna, and I rearrange them and put them in order and put the effects on them. It's funny that because one of the shots, the guy with no shirt that's in type 1 negative, it's in negative frame. He's actually from Brazil, and he actually posed for my album cover for Undead a Go-Go. So that's footage that I took of him a long time ago that I was able to recycle and use in this video. Yeah, he was also part of my record release party as well as one of the go-go dancers.
Well, he really moves well. I can say that much.
Adam Antunes, yeah, he's great.
And even in a negative, he's quite nice to look at.
Well.
Do you have any symbolism behind the use of the masks there? Because the eye color changes, blood seems pours out. Tell us about the symbolism in that.
The symbolism is that we all wear masks, whether it's our identity, what we identify with, who am I, what do I like, your voice, your body, your skin, your looks. It's all just a mask. Right. I believe who we are is something much deeper, and it's beyond the mask that we put on.
Yeah.
So when I'm showing a mask, which that's the album cover, by the way. Oh, yeah, we did a conceptual album. We didn't say that. We did a conceptual album of songs from Act 1, which was released worldwide. So that artwork is the album cover that I just manipulated in certain programs to animate it and get it to be like that. The eyes changed behind it to hit home that the mask is just a mask. Who you are is that essence behind the mask.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes you who you are. So how did you I know Patrick worked on this, but how did you personally get involved with transgender themes? Like
well, my whole life. I mean, when I was coming out in the Syracuse bar scene, well, in ancient history, like ancient Roman history.
No, I said I was back in the covered wagon days when I was dancing in Studio 54. So your first exposure was when you were living in Syracuse.
Yeah, I was like, I was only a kid back then. You only had to be 16 to drink, so don't think anything bad. I was in the clubs at that time,
right?
And I would stay with them. And when I would have fights with my parents and run away, I would stay with trans friends or drag queen friends. And by the way, anybody out there who doesn't know the difference, there is a difference. A lot of people don't even know that there's a difference.
A lot of people do not know the difference. But here's the worst part that I'm going to share with you. I'm very immersed in the community. Half the people that are in the community that are one or the other, they don't know the difference.
Yeah, that's so scary.
And I have recently discovered this huge overlap of really what I would call males that are basically cross-dressers. There's no judgments on this either.
Right.
Every right to do their thing. But they say they're trans, but there really isn't anything about them that would be defined as trans, like my trans friends who are trans, or like Octavia. We're going to see Octavia in the video know. You know what I'm saying? So all these criterias and the labels for people, it just turns into one big overlap mishmash, you know?
Yeah, I think if you're authentic within you, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. I mean, I've
Right.
met trans that had beards, but
Well,
on
now,
the inside they were trans. You know, on the inside, they identified their gender
right.
with a trans woman.
Absolutely.
So,
And they have
you know,
facial hair. I had to explain that to
yeah,
somebody. And then people get into arguments with me. So now, you know what? Now I just like go save my breath because it's like just let everyone
yeah,
live, for God's
yeah,
sake.
yeah.
I know when you had a fight with your parents, your trans girls and your drag queens, offered you comfort and made you feel wanted.
Oh yeah, I remember. There was one friend of mine, Louise, who had in the park. Remember, I got really drunk one night and I ended up on her sofa, but I ended up naked. So I took a towel in the morning and I remember climbing up on the sofa with this towel wrapped around me, jumping from there to the bed to get to my clothes. And I hear her saying, "Oh, you get it, Tarzan. You get it." Well,
Right. I love it. Right.
those were my memories.
Yeah.
It carried through into the 90s, with my friendship with Octavia St. Laurent from the movie Paris is Burning, who I wrote songs with Michael O'Hara. And I actually produced a video montage of her that went viral worldwide. People are taking snippets of it worldwide. I've sold audio of that to HBO, the TV
Love it.
series Legendary, to other recording artists and trans recording artists who wanted to use parts of it for their albums. It lives on. Anyways, I produced that in like 1993.
Wow.
And
It's a wonderful, wonderful piece. As a matter of fact, you brought it up. I'm going to show a couple of minutes of it because the piece itself is like what, six minutes, like
it is. It's it's kind of long.
I
Yeah.
remember, no, it's not long at all. I just get to do a few minutes of each on the show. So
Sure.
I love that video, Jericho. So yeah,
Thank you.
let's take a look at Octavia St. Laurent from Paris is Burning.
Light and dark, elements of the human heart. Step into my painted fantasy. Wind and rain, breathe the prayer and feel the pain. My life was born a mystery.
This is me. You understand? No, I'm not a woman. No, I am not a man. I am Octavia.
Queen of the underground, mistress of the underworld. I am the queen of the underground. I'm the chosen one. I'm a boy and a girl. Light and dark, elements of the human heart.
I am a girl with a little extra. I'm extremely emotional. I'm extremely sensitive. I love myself for what I am and who I am. I'm beautiful, I'm talented, and there's no woman out there that can stand next to me. And if they can, bring it on down.
Step into my painted fantasy. Wind and rain, breathe the prayer and feel the pain. My life was born a mystery. I am the queen of the underground, mistress of the underworld. I am the queen of the underground, the chosen one. I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I'm the queen of the underground, mistress of the underworld. I am your queen of the underground, the chosen one. I'm a boy
And a girl.
Yes, my family.
You will live
You'll be for the queen of the underground.
Queen
of the underground. The only reason why they keep girls like me in the closet is because I'll change everyone's way of thinking about our lifestyle. Personally, I think homosexuals are the most creative, intelligent, and the most social people out there. Yes, we make mistakes, but they make mistakes too. People are so busy wasting their time bashing faggots when they can be doing something a lot more positive. These are the people you have to worry about. Our whole fucking world is being run by perverted undercover fags that run around talking about how straight they are. You got big time celebrities that go around in their cars picking up transvestites, having sex with them, and then getting on national TV making fun of them. Everything you do in life is like a boomerang. When you throw it, it eventually comes back. Don't fuck with me.
Incredibly fierce. She is so,
Yeah.
I mean,
She,
you made that video in the early 90s, you said?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The fact is, I mean, you know, a lot of things don't hold water when you get
yeah.
out of a decade. This one is like should still be everywhere. She is an unbelievable force and
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful and amazingly talented.
And it is, people are taking snippets, and it's really gone viral worldwide. The funny thing is that it sat on my shelf. This particular video montage was actually supposed to be a trailer. I was trying to get money to do the documentary on Octavia in the early 90s, but that never happened. You know, my friend, the avant-garde video maker, Adam Such from Los Angeles, was flown here to videotape that and take it back and edit it. I asked her the questions during the interview. It was done at Michael O'Hara's apartment. He produced the song. That was her singing on that record.
Well, she can sing.
Yeah.
She can do everything.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
anything she can't do.
right. So it sat on my shelf for all those years, and when she died in 2009, I got it out and put it on YouTube as a tribute to her.
Wow.
And then it took off. And I'm so sorry that I hadn't released it sooner on YouTube. It just never crossed my mind.
You know, like getting the work out there. There's a lot of ways to do it. We're not all perfect. You know, you're making me think of I have a whole box of unfinished films that I had made with my husband who passed away 2 years ago. And they're sitting there. I would need someone with his sensibility to edit them. I'm not an editor, you know what I'm saying? So we cannot beat ourselves up over the projects that didn't do what we want them to do. The fact is, you got that out there. And how many downloads on YouTube already? I can only imagine.
I think it's about 300,000 or more.
Right. You know what?
300,000.
Right.
But that's nothing compared to the millions, and I mean like millions and millions and millions of the people that have, you know, taken parts of it and broadcasted themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. I love that it looks like it could be her apartment. I love that, you know, this bigger than life, beautiful person is like dancing around their apartment.
Yeah, she was very strong. She was very brave, and I think that is her contribution to my life and to a lot of people's lives, is that she gives people permission to be who they are, to be brave enough, because it takes bravery to be who you are. And she was doing it in a time that it just was so much worse than today. And then now we're going backward again. And I wish she was around. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? That piece is out there, which is really great. What did she die of?
She died of cancer.
She got cancer.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, we hadn't talked for several years. And, you know, of course, she lived in New York for all those decades. But I was living in upstate at the time in the Finger Lakes region. And when I found out that she had cancer, Michael gave me her number and I called her. And she was so glad to hear from me. And it just so happened that she had been living through the chemo and the radiation and all this, in a city just 45 minutes from me, Syracuse, New York.
She was, that's like, talk about 6 degrees of separation.
So
and
we were planning on meeting, and I kept putting it off. Something kept happening, work comes in, and I never got a chance to keep that last meeting with you.
Right.
So that's why today I just if you have the moment, seize that moment, because you just never know.
I was going to say, was knowing her and creating this piece about her, did it ultimately, it was life-changing in how you saw things?
Knowing her was life-changing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just being around her, anybody that knew her, she was tough as nails, but there was a vulnerability. There was a vulnerability about her as well.
You can see it in there's moments when you look behind her eyes, right? Here we go with the mask again.
Yeah.
If you look behind her eyes, there is fear and vulnerability. And she developed this, this toughness.
Yeah.
But obviously as a reaction too, I see something like that and I wish this person were still alive. I love to know, who were you when you were a kid, who were you when you were little?
Yeah. Well, those were the questions I asked. It never made it into the video montage. And, to my regret, most of the footage that we took has been lost in time. So what you're seeing is what's been saved out of hours and hours and hours of interviewing.
Hours, right?
Yeah, I have a lot of funny Octavia stories. I remember the last time I saw her, we were in Jackson Heights, and we had gone to this ball where Willie Ninja was there, the father of Vogue, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And at this time, she was known as the great-grandmother, Octavia St. Laurent of the House of St. Laurent. And when they found out she was there, they were gagging, so they asked her to walk the runway. So she put on these sunglasses with all these young girls, and she got out there and walked that runway. The place went crazy.
I'm sure.
She was stunning. It was like a class in how to do this.
Wow.
And me never, having been a judge in one of these, she gets on the microphone. She said, "I want to call my producer down here, Jericho D'Angelo. You have to be a judge." So in front of everybody, I went down to judge, not knowing what I was doing.
You didn't know about ball culture as a judge.
I know about ball culture.
I know, but not judging, right?
And she cursed these girls out so bad for not taking it seriously in front of everybody.
Oh, I'm sure.
That I didn't have to give any scores, because after they were done, she said to me, and this is her vulnerable part, she said, "Jericho, get me out of here before they beat me up."
Oh my God. I totally love it. That film, Paris is Burning, of course, is classic, but again, that was also from a different time.
Yes.
And then things got okay and acceptable. And now, like you had said it earlier in this interview, I feel too that we're definitely going back. However, I feel now we have more and more allies for the trans community. And I think that I know I spend a lot of my time trying to create that, in my world, trans is just like anything else,
Right.
it's like who you are, who I am, it's just a part of a person. And again, I wish I had better language to try and explain that to people. I have someone I'm working with now who's been on the show, female to male, amazing person. We're working on a documentary together, and we all go out in my group. My group is everything. Allies, gay, couple of trans people, female, male. That's the kind of world I want to live in. And I think we, largely being in New York or California, LA area, anything goes. But when I meet people that are transgender from those parts of the country, they were just starting to get their sea legs. I'll call it that. When they could that expression, get your
yeah.
sea legs,
Yeah.
finding who you are and being supported and being okay. And now as we are in 2026 and we're rolling forward, I don't know what's going to be. People often ask me, what do I think? I don't know. I have been shook up and left the same way a lot of other people have been. I don't know what our next is.
Yeah, I think that's a great unknown.
It's the great unknown. And I feel for those parents who, their kids were being supported for gender affirmation over at NYU. And now where did they go?
Yeah, it's like a punch to the gut. It's like,
It's
I
a
have
gut.
we have very, very, very close family and friends who are trans. And I don't get the hate. I don't get the fear. I don't get it.
I
I
know.
don't go around my life looking at what other people are doing so much that I'm forgetting about my life, that I'm gonna let everybody live. Just let everybody be their authentic self. I'm angry. I'm angry. Yeah, that's the good word. I am angry. I'm
Right.
angry that we even have to have this discussion now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm angry too, and I think I share with you. I'm, in Pennsylvania on the weekends, although it's been now 2 months since I've been out there. I don't deal well with the weather, but I'm of course in touch with Triversity, our organization. We're doing a program called I Am What I Am, and I want to talk about that here because it's both reading and writing about, your authentic self, and we are looking at people. We have both teens and then adults. So this program is available. It's a 6-week program. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. And it's exactly like who we are as creative people. It's giving people a chance to write or paint who they are, to share their truth out there.
That sounds amazing.
It really is amazing. And for
Yeah.
people that are listening, if you're on Facebook, you can go to Triversity, the Pride Center. If you want to look us up online, it's triversitycenter.org. But yeah, we are putting these programs together. And this program was definitely spearheaded by a friend of mine, my wonderful friend Dennis, whose husband Stephen died suddenly. And Dennis felt if Stephen had had more support as a gay man, right, that his life would have been a lot easier. So our organization, that's what we strive to do, to, we used to, our quote used to be making it better one day at a time. But I feel so strongly now for the transgender community with, I feel like it's one attack after the next. And for me personally, I want to help make it better. And I know you do too. And I think when you get a piece like Masque out there, it helps.
Yeah. I mean, everything we're talking about is that concept.
Right.
This is just a mask. You are you. I am me.
Exactly.
I want to see you. Who
Right.
are you behind your mask? And
Yeah.
I want you to see me, and I want to be brave enough to take my mask off so that you can see me.
Right.
But in this world, it's become so difficult to take that mask off.
Right, because you take the mask off, right? And people can see your vulnerability. They can see your fear. And right now what's being put out there is if you show that, you're weak, right? If you don't like the way something's running now, with currently the way things are politically, you just attack it. It's made it okay. And it's also made hate speech okay. I troll a lot of the blogs from the other side because I want to know what people are thinking. I do. I'm not so stuck on my own opinions
Mhm.
that I want to know what other people
Me
they
too.
completely
Me too.
disagree. Right. As an artist, you need
Yeah.
to be able to do that. A lot of my friends say to me, "How can you do that?" I have to. I have to know how they're thinking. And I have a lot of the times I just don't get it. And then I go deeper, and I think a lot of it's got to do with it's not cool to show your vulnerability. It's not cool to quote unquote show your weakness. You got to be tough. You got to take the whole world on. You got to put tariffs of 50% one day, and what the hell, you'll go down to 15%
Mhm.
if you need to. But
Yeah.
you're wielding the club, and it's like you're a caveman. God, it's
Yeah.
grotesque.
There is a power that our role models have,
Thank you. Right.
and especially the new generations that have not known anything else.
You know
But
exactly right. They have
lots of powerful men that
right.
wield that kind of power. And
Yeah.
so I feel like our whole ethics, our whole morality is turning upside down.
Well, it is upside down, right?
Love, what happened to acceptance? What happened to mercy and compassion?
Yeah.
That's where art comes in. That's where music and mask comes in.
Yeah, it's
That's,
all amazing things. Right.
to try to touch that part, because that part has got to be alive, even in the crustiest, scaliest, hardened person. That part, I just want to believe that that part is not dead, even if it's just a little spark that can be reached.
That's where you and I disagree. I think a lot of them,
You gave up.
mother had a saying, so and so pisses ice cubes in the wintertime. I'm sorry. When I read some of the stuff that people are writing and the
Yeah.
attack on the transgender community, the gay community, just the attacks in general, it's completely horrifying. It's like, and they're not all, yes, there are a certain percentage of them as bravado, as keyboard warriors, but the amount of intrinsic hate out there right now, ooh, and not just here. I don't have to, it's going on all over the world, I
It's the rise of
constantly,
fascism. That's what it looks like. This is what it looks like.
yeah,
It's here.
yeah,
And I'm saying it out loud so that, because sometimes I just don't want to believe it, but it is here.
yeah,
It's
I
got to
know,
be said. This is the rise of fascism. And
right.
this, Nazi Germany didn't happen just overnight.
No, I
took
know.
It took a decade. It took a grooming of generations to get them to where they were.
Yeah, and
And
I think we are
see
at the very,
what
yeah.
I see happening. It's a grooming of hate.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
what
making
you're-
like hate okay, and it's making like victimization
I think I might
okay.
write that said as a song. Sounds like a good song. That's a good song title. The grooming
Really,
of the grooming of hate.
the grimming of hate. There you
Grooming
go.
of-
You had a song about gender. I just because we're down to the wire here. You had a song about gender.
Yes, gender envy. That's from Masque, a musical
Yes.
Revel.
Can
Yes.
you tell us, because we only have a couple of minutes left, and I
Yes.
did want to bring that in. I love we've
Oh,
all
sure.
heard penis envy, but you have gender envy.
In this part of the musical, Prince is singing a song about his hate for Adam, the trans character.
Okay.
And this is sung by Ryan John, Netter Bess, Jason Duker, Joe Giacone, and Pascalina Beltempo. And who appears in this are Prince starts singing, then Netter Bess comes in, he's the character of Berlin, and then it's Jacob Duker playing the part of Adam that you're going to hear come in, who says, "Can't you accept me the way I am? Can't you see me the way I am? Am I allowed to exist now?" So basically, I produced this and arranged it as like a 70s love song. It sounds like a 70s song, but it's a 70s love song about Prince deciding that he's going to kill Adam.
Wow. Wow. It's really a song about potential murder.
Yes. Cloaked in a very nice love song, though.
Right. Cloaked in a beautiful love song. So Jericho, I got like a minute left. What's next with Masque? How do we find out more about it and what you're doing with it?
Well, we're continuing to workshop it and to show it around, to develop it, to fine tune it before we take it to the next level. We've got to get, all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And
Right.
That's between me and Patrick.
Sure.
So that's what we're doing now. I mean, we've been working together for about a year and a half, 2 years. But usually it takes about 6 or 7 years.
I think I remember you saying that. I'm a very impatient person. So I have to wait 6 or 7 years to come see this on Broadway.
No, we're trying to speed this up a little bit.
Thank you, Jericho. I from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that you're doing that for me.
Anything
love
for you.
what you're doing, love what you're working on, and I love how you see the world. So, thank you for coming on the show and sharing all of this great stuff with us. I always like to take a picture when we're on the computer. It's so hokey, but I do it all the time. Yay. Okay, so look at my camera and cheese.
Cheese.
Cool. How can people find out more about you? Where do they have to go online?
So you support us by going to masque-musical-revel.com.
Masque-musical-revel.com. Okay. And you will stay in touch with me so I can follow the progress and when you're workshopping it and need audience and all of that. I just feel like I, attended like the bris of this baby. And
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. We're going to keep in touch. And you're so beautiful and you're so smart and you've done so much. Maybe I want to do a documentary on you. Maybe I want to do it.
I love it.
On you.
That's so funny. It would have a lot of animals in it. 2 rabbits, a cockatoo, and a chihuahua.
Absolutely. They're in.
Thank you, Jericho, for being here. And thank you to everybody who tuned in. We will be back again next week. Oh, next week I have a rerun. The first Monday of every month, I have to do a rerun because I meet with the Imperial Court of New York, which is one of the largest LGBTQ organizations in the country that raises money for other LGBTQ organizations. There's all stuff we can be doing, right? And if you're in New York City this Sunday, I'm performing at Industry Bar in the disco show. And again, it'll be a fundraiser, but it'll be a really fun show. And that goes for you too, Jericho. Doors open at 6:00. Show is at 7. Be there or be square. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.